had to go to town today and I picked up these, which is assorted Prismacolor pens. As you see, you got the fine liner, the chiseled edge, and the brush tip. You get 2 fine liners in this one that are a 0.5. I'm using the brush tip pen because it gives a thicker outline than the fine liner did. It just didn't, you couldn't tell the pencil line from the fine liner line, and it just was tiny in comparison. So I'm using this one. This is the brush tip one. My commissions of the dogs that were posted, which I think YouTube blocked because of me playing Pandora radio station in the background, even though it was the radio playing, and I wasn't like ripping anybody's copyright music or nothing like that, because I just had the radio playing in the background. That way it would just give, noise, so I wouldn't have to sit and talk through the entirety of me coloring, so I could focus. But I guess that is kind of frowned upon on YouTube, I guess. You live and you learn. Which I have the videos being appealed. I don't make money off these videos. I just do them for fun, so I don't even see what the point is to having the radio play in the background. It's to the point now where you can't do nothing on social medias of any kind anymore without people sitting there screaming you're trying to steal their stuff. I in no way, shape, or form claim any of the music. It was playing in the background of my video, and even said it was on it was on Pandora radio. So, well, it is what it is. But anyway, I did those videos of the 2 dogs, and I have since finished both of those commissions, and I am awaiting the address so I can ship them out next time I'm out in town. So my client is extremely happy, and that's all that matters. I have to remember not to press really hard with these brush tips because it's been forever and a decade since I've used brush tip markers. I got these, by the way, at the local Walmart back in the arts and crafts section. I was actually kind of surprised they had these back there. They are not really overly cheap. They were pretty much $10, which still isn't too bad, I don't guess, considering you get 4 of them, but that's still a little steep. I just got them because I noticed that they had them, and I was actually wanting a micron pen, and the fine liners is the equivalent of, so went ahead and picked them up. I was actually looking to see if they had anime markers, but they didn't have those. Those I would have to go to the art store and get them. But they had these at the local Walmart, and I picked them up. If you're wondering what I'm inking here, this is a personal piece. I have a little challenge going on my Amino, which the community's really slow because I work a lot and I'm not able to sit and keep it active and alive like I used to and stuff when I had the time to dedicate to it. But anyway, I have an anime crossover challenge going on where you can draw your character with one of your favorite anime characters or characters. Like you'd have multiples of yours with multiple of your favorite show characters or what have you. And I figured I would do one to kind of maybe motivate other people to join in on this because it can be actually pretty fun. I like a lot of anime and stuff. Wolf's Rain, I can't talk, is actually one of my favorites. My favorite wolf off of it, however, is not Kiba. Kiba is everybody's favorite. I like Blue. And I think the reason I like Blue so well is because she reminds me of my alter ego, which is in this drawing, which is the one I'm working on. She reminds me of my alter ego, P Lady, in a lot of ways. And the fact that she has a good side and she can also be hateful. I need to sit up on this couch. I was like laying down pretty much. Like literally almost like laying down. Like my shoulders was almost like down on the couch cushion. I know, how can anybody outline accurately like that, right? Apparently I can. My animals are aggravating the hell out of me too. Marvin thinks it's like freaking 2 degrees outside and he's aggravating, wanting the blanket, and I think he's wanting out now. Of course he would want out when I start a video. He's just shit out of luck because he's just going to have to wait. He has bad timing because he doesn't go do his business when I let him out to go do it. He dicks off, and then when he comes back in, Marvin, get away from the door. When he comes back in, then he wants to run to the door 50 times wanting out because he didn't go do it the first 10 times he was outside. Little dog, little brain. I'm having to fix some of the line work there because I'm a little shaky. And where I have to press lightly with this pen, my shaky hand shows really well and much on it. I probably don't have a good camera angle because I'm not paying attention to where I'm holding my phone. As usual, I'm not doing this on one of the laptops. I'm doing this with my phone. I just was wanting to do something quick for you. Getting back onto the subject of what I'm working on. It's anime crossover, so you can do any anime that you wish. I like Wolf's Rain. I like Witch Hunter Robin, Cowboy Bebop, Trigun, bunch of them, Inuyasha and stuff. So I chose Inuyasha for this one. That anime particularly, not Inuyasha himself in the fighting, in the picture fighting, because obviously he doesn't transform shapes from human. But I used his older brother because he does change forms, and I figured it would be pretty neat to see that character fight with my alter ego. I think that they would be pretty equally matched in a fight. Given the size difference would probably not be good, but if they were on the same size scale, it probably would work. They would probably be, one would whip the other's ass probably. I say she would probably whip his. She's a little mean. Marvin, get up on the couch. You're not going out. Get up here and quit aggravating me. I mean it. I'm done. You guys are driving me nuts. Our work has been slow, so I have been home a lot, and these guys have cabin fever, and they're driving me absolutely batshit. I'm about ready to kill a dog and a cat. Because they are just driving me up the wall. And if anybody's wondering if I'm taking commissions, I am taking commissions. I can work on commissions in between my animation courses and work. Please keep in mind I do work and I am taking animation classes, which I have kind of put on a back burner here for like 2 or 3 days because I've been doing stuff for other people. Which, if I'm being paid, I don't mind doing it. But like other things that I do every once in a while may have to cease and desist for a little while. I may have to start taking strict commissions only because my actual job has slow time during the winter time, which means we don't make the hours of the money we normally do in the warmer seasons. So I may have to start taking commissions and working those in between doing animation courses, which I'm pretty far in my animation courses. I'm right now where I'm about ready to go and do the last set of frames to make my thumbnail to dialogue animation smooth so it's not jumpy, because we have to do this stuff in steps. So we did it where it was real jerky, and then, you know, where it's a little smoother, and then finalize it before we go to our next edit, because the finalizing it will be the next assignment. And I haven't done that yet or watched my instructional on that yet, so I'll probably actually do that tomorrow and work on that and stuff, in all honesty, since I am caught up with everything at the moment, pretty much. And stuff. But if anybody is asking if I do free art, no, I don't do free art. I don't work for free. My time is money. If you want artwork, you gotta pay, and I don't make any exceptions, not even to friends. They all pay me something. I don't always trade out even either. Sometimes it's trade plus pay. But I do charge even friends, good friends of mine, because I like to keep things fair and equal. I don't like to show favoritism, or people say, oh, your friends get free art because they're your friends. No, they pay just like anybody else because they know how expensive art supplies are. They know how expensive it is to live, and nobody can make it doing free artwork. I love doing free stuff when I am able to, don't get me wrong. And sometimes doing a few free things isn't bad, because it gives back to the community, but you have to know when to cut it off, and you can't do it all the time. But people think that you have to do it all the time, and you don't. Because art supplies, let's face it, cost. They're expensive. It's outrageous to be an artist. Hell, it's outrageous to live and breathe. So, you know, you're looking at some pieces, you know, take hours and days and stuff to complete. And if you're asking an artist to do something of that caliber for free, that's just not fair, because that's a lot of time, that's a lot of effort, that's a lot of media being used. And, you know, that's a lot of hours logged. And I know a lot of people think that my prices are very high, but to be honest with you, my prices aren't too high, because if anything, I entirely underprice myself way, way too much. I could charge a lot more than what I do very easily, and I probably should, but I can't have issues. I actually have problems with people paying the prices that I ask because they think that that's too high. And to be honest, it's almost like I'm giving you the artwork, because I'm not asking for like a huge price. I try to be reasonable so I can get commissions, so I can get clientele and stuff, but I can't just give things for free. Sometimes, if I've got time to do a few free things, I don't mind to, but a lot of times that's going to be a non-existent, or very few and far in between. And I hate when people ask me, over and over, will you draw me for free? No, I can't. If I draw you for free, I have to draw other people for free. It's just, if I draw you as a surprise gift art or something like that because I want to, that's different. That's because I did that art because I want to. If I can work you in something special, like a free sketch or something every once in a while, once in a blue moon, just to kind of be like, hey, I appreciate the pieces that you did buy off of me, then be appreciative of that. That's giving back to you for supporting me. And if I get enough support from commissions and stuff, I don't mind doing a couple free pieces on the house for people who I know can't pay for stuff. Like, a lot of kids don't have money to pay for stuff but would love art from a very well-known artist and stuff like that. And because a lot of times their parents aren't going to give them money. So if you're doing good with commissions and stuff, and when you open up a few free slots, it gives back to the people who don't have the money to pay for the stuff that you do. It gives them an opportunity to have something, even if it is just like a sketch or something like that. But yeah, no artist should. I get so tired of people asking artists all the time for free art because they don't think that what we do is a real profession or a real job. But the thing of it is, I've worked on artwork that has taken me a week to 2 weeks to complete because of the amount of detail and the scale it was and what was in it and the amount of realism and everything that was entitled in on it. So I mean, it's a lot of time. And I think on at one piece I killed 2 Ticonderoga pencils, which I know those are not expensive pencils, but I still went through 2 of them on that piece. It was a commission a couple years back for my best friend's little boy. She commissioned me to look exceptionally good, and that was not an easy piece for me to do, and it took tops, no lie, a week to complete it. And that was working daily on it because it was just a lot of detail and blending and working and everything like that. Marvin thinks I'm going to end this video so he can go potty. He's sadly mistaken. He should have went when I let him out earlier. I literally let him out 10 minutes before I started this video, and all he wanted to do was dick off. But like I said, little dog, little brain, that's what they do. Get on the couch. I'm done. Now. Thank you. Like, he listens. He knows I've had enough. He's sitting there dancing, looking at me running to the door, looking at me prancing, running to the door, looking at me prancing, jumping on the couch, jumping down, looking at me. He does that thinking that if he does it enough, I'll get up and let him out. And I know what it is, because he'll sit there and he'll drink a whole bowl of water in less than 5 minutes, and then he has to go piss over the moon. And I'll get him in a minute. I'm not being mean to my puppy dog. It's just he literally was let out and back in 10 minutes before I started this video, and he wanted to dick off. He's a miniature pincer. He's a little dog, and he has a little brain. Look at him. Say hello to the YouTubies, Marvin. Say hello. He's like, yeah. See. That's my boy. He's been with me a long time. And he does this to me all the time. So he's a good boy. He knows I'll let him out here in a minute. It's just where I'm doing this on my phone, I can't just like go take care of him like immediately. If I was on my laptop, it's a little different, but yeah, I'm not. But as you can see, it's getting there. It's a lot of outlining. I'm actually thinking I might do the majority of this like in like a comic book style inking, like graphic novel style, where it has a lot of heavy black shading and shit on it. Which I kind of did Sashomaru in my kind of style a little bit. It's been a long time since I've drawn him, so I think back in the day when I drew him, I had a more stylized look on how I made his ears look and stuff like that, to where he looked ferocious, but yet, I don't know. I kind of did it a little differently because I actually went and referenced to what his form looked like in the show, so I try to kind of stay a little true to that for this crossover piece and stuff. So I know any wolf demon in that show is like commoner demon, and the dog ones are like the superior ones, I think. Sort of. Well, more so than the wolves, I guess. So I think they're foo dogs. If I'm not badly mistaken. Yep, my camera angles are all over the place. I'm gonna have to end this video here pretty soon to take my dog out, because he is really fidgeting bad, so he probably really has to go. And he keeps jumping on the couch and making me shake and wonk my lines. So with that being said, I think I'm going to end the video here so I can let him out and I can have more control over the pen to do the fur, but you get the basic idea here what I'm working on. This is for my challenge over on Purgatory Inner Demons of the anime crossover. So we got Purgatory's baddie with one of the baddies from Inuyasha. Which one do you think will win, P-Lady or Sashomaru? My bet's on P-Lady. She looks a little bit more meaner. She's a devil. But anyway, I thank everybody who tuned in for this little short video here watching me. I'm sorry it's not overly a long one. It's almost a half hour long, actually. It's kind of surprising. It doesn't feel like I was on here for almost 30 minutes, but I guess I was, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video and finish out the more intricate lining where I can have my hand more steady, and I'm going to let my tiny dog out so he can go pee and quit aggravating me. So you guys have a good evening, and thank you for tuning in to my station.